Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome back to Spyro the Dragon, the first part of Spyro Reignited Trilogy. Last time we actually got started with the tutorial of this... Come on Spyro, you're not a cat, what are you doing? Oh, that's what you get for not touching the controller for too long. All those silly animations. Always wanted to say animations. My apologies. But anyway, we are going to enter the first sub-levels today. Because we only covered the main hub, you might say, of the first world. Today, we are also going to take a look at all of these entrances, containing all of the stages in this game. Of course, this game is more than just a hub world. The first one officially in the list is actually Stone Hill. So that's where we're going to enter first. After getting a couple of gems in the stage we're from, in my case the hub world, they will actually get tallied up to a total. And remember the opening cutscene, where the dragon said there's a total of 12,000 gems in the dragon's world. So we've got our work cut out for us, because we've only got 100 after the first stage. Still plenty of more work to do. Okay, loading screen over it seems. Time for the first world. So, here we are. Let's finally get started with this game. As you can see, Stone Hill has 200 gems for us to collect, 4 dragon statues to find, and even a new collectible. Ooh. Let's go see if we have a mission here. And it looks like it. Stone Hill, burn the hidden pink tulip. Hey, I'm Dutch, I don't want to burn tulips. That goes against my nature. Let's get started with the most basic thing first. Getting gems. There's also some sheep running around here, just like in the hub world, so if you need some healing, because enemies hurting you, here you can find some health. I don't know what kind of enemy would hurt you this early in the game, but even in these early, easy stages you can already get hurt. Hey, there's something down here. This looks like an awesome secret. Let's go see. Ooh, we find something new here. A chest that we cannot open normally. Bashing, fire, both of them don't work. But it does have a lock on it, so I wonder what we need. Let's first rescue Gavin.
Watch the dragonfly, Spyro. His color indicates his power. When he eats butterflies, he stays strong. Like me.
Sure.
Ooh, you're so strong, Gavin. You're so strong you could even prevent getting trapped into a crystal statue. Or, wait. No matter, at least this guy also gives some advice about sparks. And he's blue right now, so he's not full health. You go away from me. I don't want Sparks to get hurt even more. Yeah, for some reason if you get hit, it's not Spyro that actually takes damage, but Sparks. He's your protector. Let's go rescue the next dragon, Lindar.
When you free a dragon or step on one of their platforms, you're saving your progress. That could be useful if you run into trouble. Not that you ever run into trouble, Spyro.
Yeah, that was something I already told myself. The dragon platforms also serve as the save function of this game. Nice to know. Ah, here we have another new type of chest. Even though these ones we can actually break open, but as you can see they are metal, so burning them actually does not work. But these kind of chests actually can be opened up by bashing into them. Remember those, the regular metal chests, the ones that don't have locks on them, can be opened up by bashing into them. That should be everything for this point. Oh, there's a couple of gems still over here. Yeah, sometimes gems can actually be really trickily placed. Sometimes they're hidden in the grass, especially when they are green. The ones being worth 2. Those can sometimes easily be overlooked. Gems, in all honesty, are not really that big, and I heard something. Somebody's mocking us, but that same somebody is someone we can't see yet. Apparently there's somebody laughing at us. Perhaps something we can actually take a look at later. go grab all the gems in this second field. Oh, there's a sheep herder here. He's also down. Also worth a couple of gems, so remember to take these guys out as well. With the exception of all of the mini enemies that actually give you health, every single enemy in this game will drop gems, as you can see, so taking out all of the enemies is also important if you want 100%. All of these guys are worth at least 1 gem. Let's go burn ourselves a couple more sheep. Not that I need the health, but it's just really fun to do. Or is it pretty obvious I'm doing it for a different reason? More on that in a minute. Once we actually burn enough of these sheep. Let's go see if we can find some more gems. I'm always paranoid for missing at least 1 gem in these kind of big rooms. You know how it works. Happens to me a lot that I actually miss at least 1 gem at some point. Needing to look for the entire level to find it.
Spyro, my friend, how about a hint on gliding?
You bet.
For the longest glide, press the jump button at the top of your jump, and try pressing the action button to drop down mid-flight.
So, we get some new advice. Gliding we already knew how to do, but now we also know how to...
Hi, Spyro.
Shut up, stupid fairy. Now we also know how to get the maximum flight distance out of our glide. Jumping the A button at the top of our jump. Which is something we actually need to do in order to get to the next area. This way we can get maximum jump and reach this area over here. The higher ledges overlooking the 2 grassy fields we were just in. And of course here's also a lot more stuff to get. So also this needs to be explored. Oh, there's more sheep, so let's start burning. Ah, there we go. Achievement. Sheep kebab. Flame 10 sheep. In case you were wondering why I was doing that. And this guy over here, that is apparently the guy mocking us. But before we take a look at this guy, we're also going to get the skill point, because here's the hidden tulip. And now we're going to chase this guy. It also seems he has the new collectible we saw at the pause screen. Catching this guy is not easy, because he's really fast. But if we just keep on dashing, we should be able to eventually get him. Slowly and surely we catch up with him until we bash him and he's out of existence and we receive the first dragon egg in the game. Also a collectible we need to look out for. And apparently these thieves, as they're officially called, are carrying them. And catching them is not easy as it looks. Oh, and there's another thing I can talk about. Sometimes the world seems to be very big, but trust me, there's always invisible walls. Don't think you can actually get outside of your map. It looks like a vast open world game, but it is actually not. All of the worlds are secluded. Now that we have everything, or at least I think we have everything here, we can actually move on to the next. This castle over here also has a couple of ledges which we can climb on. Yeah, we can get over here. More gems over here. The green ones being worth 2. That's obvious. And that should be all. Yeah, even though it looks like you can get even higher up, but you actually cannot. As you can see, there's also an invisible wall here. So we're blocked off. Now let's go see if we can actually get to the edges around the western field. Nothing here. Nope. Yeah, there's more gems here. I knew it. We need to find 200 in this stage, so not even nearly done yet. Always take a look out, because as you can see, like I said, the gems aren't really big in this game, so especially in these open white areas, it is easily overlooked. Especially when they are green and lying in grass, like this guy over here. Those are the easiest ones to miss. In that sense, I would imagine it's actually easier in the original PlayStation version. But I wouldn't be able to actually talk about that, because that one I never owned, and I still don't. So, I can only actually reference this newer version. Here we actually have a portal, return home, basically being the end of the stage. But of course, we're not done yet, so let's still move on.
After you've freed all the dragons, pass through this fancy vortex thingamajigger. It'll take you back to the artisan home. But first, let me tell you a story.
No thanks. See ya!
Yeah, we don't have time for stories. I'm here to tell the stories. Not these old dragons. But anyway, it's pretty obvious. We need to step in this portal the moment we're done. Or the moment you think you're done. I'm of course not going to do that until I've found every single thing in the stage. Including a key. Of course, magical keys are a thing. What else did you think was going to open that lock of the locked chest we saw earlier in the stage? Let's go see if we can actually open that up now. Spoiler alert, we can. But first, let's go make sure we have everything else in the stage. This should be the final corridor. Yeah, it does seem like I missed one. Because I'm pretty sure there's 15 gems in this chest. Not 17. Yeah, indeed. Oh, even more. I missed 7 of them. Even though officially I should be done at this point. So apparently I indeed overlooked a couple of gems. Not something to be ashamed of. These things are quite tiny, so... Some of them actually... Oh, here's one. Here's a chest. That was easily found. In that case, I still missed 2. So it should be either 2 red ones or 1 green one. I'll just cut until I find them. My apologies. That could happen more often. Oh, here's a chest. I think we found what we're looking for. And the best thing is, I don't even have to tell you where I am, because that's the whole reason why I put the map on during this Let's Play, in case stuff like this happens. And trust me, it oftenly happens. Especially if I'm distracting myself with giving commentary so much, and I don't always have to focus on the game as much as I want to. And I can sometimes overlook a chest or a gem. But no matter if that happens, I simply cut the video and cut back until I actually found it. At least with the total we have found now, we get a grand total of 300. Still plenty more to get. Now that was the first actual stage in the game. We still have time for one more. And I also have something else I need to explain. As you can see, all of the enemies actually respawned. However, they're not going to drop gems again, of course. Those we already have. They instead will actually drop a life counter. Collecting these orbs will actually give you a counter at your life, as you can see. And if you fill that up entirely, you will receive an extra life. That is basically the new collectible enemies will drop. So those are not required. But you can actually still grab them if you want extra lives. That is what happens if enemies respawn and you kill them again. So with that also covered, let's go into the final stage of today. Dark Hollow. Which is officially the second stage in the list. I'm not going in here randomly. I indeed have my set order. Let's see what we need to do. 100 gems. That's not a whole lot. But also 3 dragons. Ooh, looks like the Gnorcs actually have a new trick up their sleeve. They actually come around with metal shields now. And therefore saying, fire breath is no longer an option. They will actually shield that with their metal weapons. But we still have a bashing move, so... And we also have a camera that does not want to cooperate. But eventually I'll still get you, sir. Oh, and just to be clear, officially fire still works. It only does not work if they're actually able to shield you. But if you can get them before they put their shield up, you can still fire them down. Oh, speaking of fire, it does not work on this chest. And also take note on these big enemies. Whenever you find big enemies in the game, there the opposite applies. These guys with shields we cannot flame. And whenever enemies are really big, we can only flame them. Then we cannot bash them. Remember that. Perhaps this dragon will actually talk about it. Alban.
Oh, it's you. I wasn't sure if you'd escape those annoying little creatures. Of course they wouldn't bother me, but here's a hint. Their metal armor is fireproof, but a charge attack will take care of them.
Yeah, that was pretty predictable. He indeed talks about that. Whenever enemies are shielded with metal, flame attack does not work. And whenever enemies are really big, then the charge move won't work. Keep that in mind whenever facing enemies in this game. Aha! Here we have an example of an enemy that actually has both metal shield and is also really big. So this guy we can only take down with a flame move whenever he's not shielded, and therefore saying on his back. These enemies we cannot flame, we can also not charge them from the front. But they can definitely still charge us. So make sure to take them down whenever their back is turned on you. This room looks interesting. There's plenty of gems here lying around. There's also a dragon here, so let's not forget about you. Good talk to you. Oswin.
Spyro, wanna know a secret? Use the action button when you want to zoom in and look around.
Oh, your secret's safe with me.
Oh yeah, that is something I actually never talked about. So there's still use for these dragons, it looks like. The action button, in my case the Y button, because I'm playing on Xbox. And that is actually used in order to look around. Pretty much all of the 3D platformers ever made have that, so why wouldn't this one? But anyway, there's also a key here. We already saw the chest, so we know where the key actually fits. Let's try jumping correctly this time. Make our way towards the chest we saw. We can open that up for some extra gems. Just keep on running, Spyro. Here you are. Total of 58. Now let's continue with the stage. There's still some more stuff to the east we need to get. Charge through you. Let's flame you because you're big. And preferably without you flattening me first. Let's get some more health. This time I do need it. Hey, here's a bonfire. And I'm a dragon, so of course I can't resist actually lighting these on. Achievement! Of course it is. Light my fire. Light the 2 torches in Dark Hollow. I could make Doors reference right now. Come on baby, light my fire. But I could also not. Let's get on this ledge for a 1-up. And of course the gems. But those speak for themselves. What also speaks for itself is the fact that there's also one on this side. This one a little bit less formidable. Let's continue. Final section. You can already see the return home, so we're pretty close to the end. Charge. Charge. Still one more enemy down here. This is a big one, so this one we need to flame. Chest. Chest. 90. Hopefully I did not miss gem this time around, but I probably did, knowing me. There's still a couple at exits, so let's first rescue Darius.
Big enemies like this Gnorc with the club cannot be charged, but a quick flame, that should defeat them.
You guys are always way too late with these advices. I always give them before you do. Hey, look how many gems we have. A perfect 99. So I indeed missed one. Again. That is going to be a trend for the entire Let's Play, I think. And let's go see if we can find it. For you guys, it's going to be off screen, of course. I'll cut to when I find it. Could be in here. Oh, scratch the could be in here. I know it's in here. 100 gems, 100% level complete. Even got the achievement. And just to be clear, the achievement is actually not a part of the 100% officially. That's just an Xbox Live thing, so... Just saying, if you actually don't have the achievement, the game will still say 100% complete. Not every platform will actually have the achievements, so... But I'm pretty sure for every single platform where they do have the achievements, they are the same. So I don't think if you actually play this on PlayStation, you will actually have different kinds of achievements. I'm pretty sure they are the same. But that I actually cannot confirm, so correct me if that is not true. Please do, because I do not know. But anyway, 2 levels completed fully. That I think is enough for today. That fills up an entire 20-minute episode pretty nicely. Hopefully. So, thank you all for watching these first 2 levels of the Artisans world. And hope to see you next time when we will continue with the Artisans world with the next set of levels. Treecks out.